Good morning. Today is 4th of July and I am at the Colorado Trail. I'm doing segment 2. I'm going to try to do a couple of them. I'm going to have to do a there and back, so I'm definitely not doing the whole thing, but you could walk from Roxborough Park to here and literally from here to Durango, other side of the state. Very famous trail, so I'm at the big bridge right now. Section 2 is known for being very dry, so literally right in front of me is the South Platte River, Gold Medal trout waters, although very high. And so literally as soon as I cross this bridge, it's 10.5 miles, there's no water. I'm gonna see if I can make it to that fire station today. There's a spigot there where you can refill. The only error I made, as usually when you backpack, you forget something, was my 2 water containers are sitting at home in my kitchen. I've got 2 bottles, so I'll be all right, but they're both full of like Gatorade stuff now, so obviously I wouldn't want to cook with that. So I originally was not gonna try to get to the fire station camp before then, but I think I'll most likely do my best to do it. It'll be hot. It's gonna be about 85 today. So the other issue with the snowpack this year, there's a lot of places in Colorado that really aren't gonna be great. So obviously I didn't want to go up dirty, muddy trails and thought, you know what? Let's try the Colorado Trail. So again, my goal is to at least touch one segment, maybe 2, do 2 nights, come back, and just have fun with it. So, all right, I'm off. Again, a look at the starting area and the Judy Gaskill Bridge. So again, as soon as I touch the other side, no water for 10.5 miles until a fire station. And I believe the segment is 12 miles and change. But as you can see, it's running pretty high. So if you were here to fly fish right now, it wouldn't be easy, but definitely beautiful. So segment 1 literally ends right by my car over there, and I've already bumped into a couple people that are doing the whole thing. It's the 4th of July for a lot of people in Colorado. Starts the full trail for them, so I wish them all well, and I'll check in a bit. All right, so far it's just been endless switchbacks to get up pretty high. Let me see if I can get a vantage point right here. Gotta get around this. Oh yeah. Check this out. Give me an idea if that was the road I parked on down there. So already gaining some decent elevation, you can tell. Almost at that level. 3 minutes. So this area unfortunately was hit by the Hayman fire area in 2002. So it's very exposed now. Again, there's no water. And I've only been doing this for just a little bit, and I can tell I'm getting thirsty. But I'm going to do everything I can to conserve so I make it to that fire station. Refill, I'll have drink for dinner tonight, some for breakfast tomorrow as well. But already bump into a couple hikers that are doing the big trail. Good for them, and they're all in their 20s, which I am not. But so far so good. Definitely a very hot start to the day. Since I'm not speed hiking, I'm going to check out all the offshoot trails. So the trail actually is behind me going up that way. But I see a vista or an area. I'm going to stop by. So my mileage today, if I make it to the fire station, will probably be closer to 12 plus. But looks like just some old mining implements right here. In fact, right underneath me, yeah, there's got to be something right here. So tire, yeah, bed spring. Could have been a lodge right here. Just a cool point though. So let's see if I can do a 360 of what it looks like where I'm at. Definitely very hot, very exposed. Knew that. Not complaining at all. It's what I expected. But unfortunately, again, this is just scars from the burn. That's more than 15 years old now. So, all right, I'm gonna play around here a little bit more. But again, as I see something of interest, I'll probably stop off and shoot it. All right, so I am now out of the majority of the burn area where it was really exposed. So definitely feels better. Here's an example of the blazes. So again, the trail, there's no navigation issues with it anyway whatsoever. A lot of PUDs, pointless ups and downs. So I passed about 10 people and one guy hiking. The rest were all taking breaks in the shade, and they're all doing the hike. Some of them it's their day 2 or 3. But talked to one guy from Maryland. It was interesting, and he already told me he got cold last night, and like this is just going to keep going uphill. So I did see videos when I was doing a little bit of research just on conditions, and I believe 4, 5, and 6 I saw some where people turned around just because it was 3-4 inches of like an icy glacial area, so definitely not the easiest. But here's an example. Again, it's just a lot of these ups and downs back and forth, but when you're in the shade it's nice. So I've probably been talking to people for about 15 minutes and slowed down, but I'm gonna keep going. I'll probably take a lunch break here in a bit. I brought a sandwich and I don't want it to melt, get overheat or whatever it is. But very, very quiet, peaceful, and absolutely fantastic. The breeze feels great. So I guess past a logging area, you can see we got piles and cuts, and here comes a mountain biker. Got some cuts over there, but so they're doing mitigation work over here. So yeah, we share the trail. I haven't seen a lot of mountain bikers today. It was maybe the 5th one, but just past a logging road, and I believe what I was reading is I'm about 4 miles from the fire station. So that's certainly pretty cool. And again, that's where you can get the water. A lot of ups and downs, so you have to earn this. It's not easy. I'm not going to say it's extremely hard, but I think the challenge is just the heat here. So keep in mind, it's been a really cold, wet year, Denver Metro. I turned my AC on the last week of June, and it's been in the 90s now for only about 2 weeks. So the heat's a little bit of an issue for me as well, but the breeze helps. I know I'll make it to that fire station. So my goal today was to get a little bit further in that, camp somewhere in section 3. Again, right now I'm in 2. And tomorrow I'll go all the way, touch the sign to 4, turn around, come back, camp somewhere in section 2. I'll refill water at that station again and then head back. So mine's a little different because I'm doing a there and back. So section 2, 3, turn around and go back. But view coming up here right around the corner. And again, haven't had a lot of breeze. It comes every now and then. The trail definitely isn't a straight shot. It's very zigzaggy, up and down. But again, just an idea of what it looks like. Cacti and all that are starting to bloom. They just started to bloom in my yard as well. So I would say everything's about a month behind the normal cycle. Guy behind me right now, he's the first person I talked to that was actually standing up and not sitting in the shade. And saw some videos earlier about section 5 and 6 where it was still snowy. That's why I didn't do them. So it may be a challenge for some people. All right, last shot. There's some actual logging ahead where they're stocking them. So all right, keep moving along. Hopefully I'll be at that fire station in a little bit more than an hour. All right, so I'm gonna touch off the trail. You can see I've been collecting some firewood for my fire tonight. Just joking. But this is actually the logging road. So this was not here many years ago, but they're doing a lot of work here. That's a tall ass pile right there. So hopefully that'll maintain itself, and I think they're trying to thin out the dead stuff in the area, but also utilize some of the resources as well. So okay, the one hiker I talked to that was actually standing up just past me over there. So again, still moving along. I'm probably within about 4 miles, I think, of the water station. So far I just saw a couple people that had I'm starting to see some sites set up. So there's definitely people out here that are doing this trail. And again, it's just a dry area, so if you have water and all that, you're fine. But if not, you just got to kind of deal with it. But yeah, I guess that was an interesting little pile of wood here, and it smells great too. So again, Forest Road. I'm gonna get back on the trail over here. Hopefully you can hear me okay. It's super windy right now. I walk at the top of this ridge for the last hour, I'd say. It's pretty easy walking. You can give you a 360 of the area. Kind of like in a little bowl area. So I've been coming from that direction, generally over there, and heading probably over that ridge over there. I'm gonna guesstimate I'm within an hour of the firehouse. Hopefully even less. I just finished. One of my bottles is gone. The other one's got half left, so I'll make it there no problem. But definitely feeling a little bit now. So I've not seen anyone out here at all now. There's one guy ahead of me, and he's a good 10 minutes ahead of me or so. I've seen him, but otherwise, everyone's kind of disappeared out here. I saw people setting sites up back over there. So keep pressing along, but again, trails pretty easy, rocky, easy to get your footing on. So absolutely zero issues with the trail, at least at this elevation, but I would think another couple thousand feet, probably pretty tough going. So hopefully I can take a break in a bit, get some water, and start looking for my site. All right, I made it out to the road. And I love the sign I'm seeing right in front of me. So here is the fire station right over here. Good sign, so I'm going to stop off. Definitely top off all my water supply. Try to drink as much as I can here because what I bring to the site will be for my cooking as well as breakfast tomorrow as well. So I will really fill up here, but assuming everything is on here, really good. So this is a good 10 plus miles to get here, but I did make it with the water. So I brought 64 ounces of water total, and you get by on 50, I think. Today's definitely a hotter day. Ooh, look at that little picture of a bear right there, that thing. Yay. All right, well, I'll check in after I drink up, and the trail is back down that way. All right, so I'm just a couple miles past the fire station, and I'm now finishing segment 2. Beginning segment 3, my goal is to go a couple miles and find a site with water. So definitely a busy mountain biking area. This is one of the other options as well to start from. But all right, I'll check in once I find water. All right, it's a good half hour past the fire station, so I'm definitely into segment 3 now, past that big parking lot. Starting to see, you can tell these are more established campsites right here. So I am starting to look for it now. It's almost about 2:45 right now, so it's time to start looking around for that. But I really want to be closer to a water source if I can. It's not killer, but for me it just makes things so much nicer to be able to wash your stuff. You know, you can drink as much as you want, get cleaned up at night, have a good breakfast tomorrow. Otherwise you're kind of rationing a little bit. But it's definitely very dry feeling up here, but definitely also a more mountain biker friendly path. I mean, look at this thing, hard pack, piece of cake. We're going the right way. So again, just one foot in front of the other. Easy to read path up here. There are some loops that do go off the trail, and some are campsites. I looked at 2 of them. Really cool. They're right by these big rock structures. But again, I think it's worth exploring more for a water source, and I believe the first natural one since the South Platte River is supposed to be somewhere 3 miles past the trail marker for section 3. So maybe once I get closer, I'll check in and give you a view. All right, so it's about 8 o'clock on night 1. Camp is all set up, and one of the cool things about the area is kind of the culture is you go in waves with people, you end up camping with them and hanging out with them. So it's kind of a cool part of the trail. So I'm going to be putting my bear vault away, doing a little reading, and I'll probably be asleep by about 9 o'clock. They are all doing the big trip, so they're going all the way over. Obviously I'm not doing that. I'm going to try to get one more gate if I can. I'm going to look at the mileage. I'll be realistic, but today it was probably closer to 15, which is a lot. So this will do it for night 1. I may do one recap video in the tent, kind of looking at the book and all that, but otherwise great weather, really cool people, and the water source is not big at all. It's right here. So that literally is inches deep, but that is all you need. So I'll check in with you one more time, probably in the tent. All right, good evening. It's almost 9 o'clock. I'm going to do a recap of day 1 on the trail. So again, I started segment 2 of the Colorado Trail today, and I actually have the book right here with me. Check out that bad boy. This edition's about 10 years old, but it still works. So 11.5 miles, the official hike. Probably went 1.5 miles behind that, so I'm probably closer to 13 and change. Tomorrow, if I do the entire spread, it'll be 12.7, but keep in mind, I'll be turning around and do one more night out here. So I don't know if I'll make it that entire way because I still have to come back. That would put me at the car very late tomorrow and Saturday evening. I want to do some errands and stuff first. So tomorrow, I may go about halfway. We'll see how it goes, because I'd like to stay in segment 2, spending the night. So again, right now in segment 3, cool spot right here. So this is the first spot with water. Felt great to get all that. So really good day, and I will see you tomorrow in the morning. Good morning. It is day 2 of the trip, all packed up. As you can see, the campsite is cleared out now, except for one tent. So I had one guy over here from Birmingham, England. He's the guy I met at the fire station, and another guy from Golden. So it was kind of cool just to chat with them during the night and stuff like that. The trail is literally 50 yards in front of us. So this is the first established campsite that has access to water, which is right over here. So by the time everyone gets over here, they're all asking for water. But we must have had 10 people that walked in here last night looking for a site. There are more ahead as well, and I'll probably make it as far as checking them out. It looked like it was going to rain for a while. Came down for a couple minutes. No big deal. So in segment 3, this is the first water source over this mountain biking bridge. And there was quite a few that came through here yesterday. Good spot for it. So right there's the water source. So it goes through the site. So as I was hiking, I could hear it, and that's why I stopped there. But the nice thing for the rest of this trail, there is water. This will end going into Lost Creek. Since I am doing it there and back, I'm gonna go about 5 miles and then turn around. Not really gonna say I'm totally looking forward to that in the dry area, but gotta do it. But I can absolutely see how people enjoy this adventure, and it'd be neat to try it someday. So I'll check in once I see some of the other sites. So I'm just a touch over 3 miles from my site, and there's a couple sites over here you could see. So again, if you're doing this, the one I was in was full, which it was last night. There are more over here, but I haven't seen Little Creek over here. Didn't see any water in it, so the best water source is definitely back there. So I have reached my decision point of I'd love to keep going. If I had a ride, I'd absolutely be doing it, but unfortunately I do not. So I'm going to turn around and at least try to get halfway back through segment 2. It will be a dry camp, so I'll even think about it. I'll fill up at the fire station, and I may just do a big push through. I may even go into section 1. I don't know. I'm gonna just kind of take it as it goes. But look at the weather today. Beautiful bluebird weather. But again, the section I'm going into, again, it's dry. It'll be hot. I'll probably be the only person out here that's actually doing a there and back of this particular segment. But oh well, this is still a blast. And about 12 miles that way is Lost Creek, which is probably one of the better segments to visit. There's no mountain bikers either, so I've been in Lost Creek many times, but just not off the Colorado Trail. So all right, so I am back on the road, not too far from the 3 base. As you can see right here, this is a heavily used road and a lot of car camping. Here comes a car now, but signage is really good on the trail, kind of letting you know what's allowed and not allowed. So can't you have ATVs and the motorbikes? But you can on this road. So I've heard a couple and all that. But a little bit of cloud cover today. So as I was hiking deeper into 3, it kind of hit me. And like I said, I would have loved to keep going in that direction to Lost Creek, but it kind of hit me that the further I go, well, I have to immediately turn around. So in theory today could be a higher mileage day. So I'm going to kind of take it as it goes and possibly try to camp within 5 to 6 miles of the parking lot, or if I'm feeling good, just do one giant push, get to that car if I can get there, I don't know, before 4 o'clock or so. I have an errand to run in Colorado Springs, so I may just get in the car, drive down to there and try to get everything done, but we'll see. But if not, like I said, good weather. I think tomorrow the weather is the weather day here, but can't beat this when you live only an hour and change from territory like this. So I remember looking at this yesterday. You can see there's a faint trail there, so there's going to be camping around this area. But again, it's a dry area, but at the beginning of the route, so if you were just starting out, you would have plenty of it. Not too busy out here yet. I'm sure by 10 o'clock or so it will. A lot of people will be off for the holiday, but all right, going to keep marching on to the signage for segment 3. So I'm currently within 2.5 miles, I'd say, of the fire station. Again, we're all loaded up in water since that'll be my final push, but starting to encounter a lot of through hikers on their bikes, where their bikes are all loaded up with saddlebags. We just had a group of like 8 or 9 going on an excursion, so you can see why when you look at this road, pretty easy going for this part of it right here. So I think a lot more people now are doing the Colorado Trail that way. If you're a real die-hard on your bike, I've heard about people doing 100-mile days, so definitely done. I think it'll be a little bit more interesting this year when they get up around Copper Mountain area, because it's going to be a lot of snow. I know when they go to Lost Creek, there's a way to go around it. Bikers aren't allowed in there, so it can be done. But I think this is not a good example of what the trail is truly like right now. This is lower level, Denver based, where the sun is shining. In fact, one thing that really sticks out to me is there's no animal life at all. You don't even hear birds out here. Squirrels. Last night we heard like 1 or 2 by our sight, and that was about it. So probably for most people, if you're going to do the whole thing, you'd want to delay it by about 3 weeks or so, and then it'll be fine. But again, easy trail walking out in the forest. All right, great breeze coming up the hillside here. So forest is probably, you know, 1.5 miles away, so the hike will change a little bit over there. But this is, again, behind me, just the vast green area. And you can just see it goes on and on and on. So because of that, there's nothing to stop the flow of the wind and everything. So it is actually nice to kind of get a breeze out here, although it's going to dehydrate you a little bit. But making good time, feeling good. I've seen 2 bikers, no one going the direction I am. So I'm thinking you're probably not going to see a lot of videos where people do section 2 there and back. So overall, I got about 1/3 of the way into 3, there and back on 2. 1, I'll go in and touch it and say I touched it, but I'll definitely explore some of the other segments in the future. But good day. It's only like 11:30 right now, so plenty of light, no storms yet, anything like that. So gonna keep pressing on, and I'll probably take a lunch break in an hour or so once I'm in the forest, just to keep the energy reserves going. But I think I'm close enough once I start driving out of here where I can get to Colorado Springs easier. So I got some errands to do down there, so I figured why not work them into the day, and I still have the weekend. And here's something I didn't notice before. So again, you do get a different perspective, but like an old Jeep road, top of that bluff over there. All right, so I'm taking a break at one of the campsites, and literally the trail is right over here, so this is easy to see, but not a bad site. What I like about it, it's clean, there's no trash, except for a little bit of foil in there. So remember, when you cook with your foil, it doesn't just go away. All right, I'll grab that at the end of this. All right, so again, the logging operations is right over there. So now that I'm in the forest a little bit more, it's a little bit more shaded, more ups and downs over here. But as far as seeing people, I've seen 2 hikers this way. Most people I saw was at the fire station. It was a lot of people on bikes, so not nearly as many people. I think once you get into this section, and it could be the time of day as well, they've gone through here. But so far so good, really enjoying it. And again, I can definitely see myself want to explore more section 4 and beyond by Lost Creek. Done a lot of backpacking there, and that's a fantastic area. So this site, again, easy to see. Here's the trail, and I think I took a video of this when I first saw it the other day. Big old log piles over there. So all right, 1 foot in front of the other, follow the trail. So maybe a few hours at the most. Okay, still on my way back past the logging operations, and keep in mind, profile, there's a lot of ups and downs. You're definitely into that now. I think I just high pointed a little bit ago because I was pretty steep there for a while, but I think that's the high point. And then from here, it's just a little, say a lot of ups and downs, but nothing too bad right here. But even from here, you kind of get an idea that, so here's the very top of the mountain, and then it definitely goes way down into here. So this is definitely a trail where easy to do, 1 foot in front of the other. It's very hard packed, not a lot of rocks, so you can get a good cadence and a good motion. You can kind of do 1 foot in front of the other and go. And the other side over there, it looks like I see another county road, or an old one. Hard to tell, but gonna have a good view here in a minute. But all right, making good progress. And again, I'm not bumping into anyone out here right now, and I've not seen a single person heading back this way. Had a couple bikers, a couple backpackers, but I think we all met at that fire station around the same time, but everyone's going that way. Kind of wish I was too, but so if I had the right water cache, I would probably say, yeah, like a decent site to stay the night. Again, I don't, and I feel good, so I can make the push back. Starting to run into more people now, and more British accents. I am very surprised by the amount of people that are foreigners that are coming to do this, but it does have a reputation, and I think it's actually kind of cool. And a lot of female hikers, some solo, some with groups. The only thing that surprised me a little bit, so again, you can even go on YouTube this week when I was researching, and this was my backup trip. To me, I just like, you know what, it's only an hour from the house. I'm not worried about any yucky sections of the trail, and there hasn't been a single step on this trail that was difficult. It's just, you know, a little hot. You don't have the water right here, minus the water bag thing, and that's all on me. But I think the experience that people that are doing the entire trail to Durango, if they were to wait another 3 weeks, probably really, really different. And just in talking to people, I don't really think they know what they're in for. But hey, what do I know? Doesn't mean it can't be done. It'll just be a little bit harder right there. I've seen some dogs on the trail, but definitely a lot more people bike packing that I thought. And I think that'd be an interesting way to do it, because when you're on a downhill section, you're essentially just holding on and steering your bike and braking every now and then. So I should be coming to that mining site that I saw on day one within the next 45 minutes or so. So yeah, making good time. It's definitely, what really sticks out as well about section 2, zero animal life. I mean, not even squirrels, birds, no noise at all. The only thing I've seen, the moths are out, butterflies are out, ladybugs, but nothing super duper exciting about it. And I would say this section here is going to be tougher than section 3. And it's more of just because I think of the heat and the lack of water. But great trail. Trail's in great shape. They've done a great job on it, so I will maybe check in once I get to another vantage point. All right, so 20 minutes ago, it was starting to thunder way up there. I'm glad I'm coming down, although hard to see, but the trail actually goes up over here. So trying to remain off of isolated high points, but not a lot you can do, but it's calmed down now. I'm kind of split up. It's kind of hitting me now that my mileage today will be about 6 more than yesterday, because I did go further into section 3, and I was having a blast, and it kind of hit me. I said, well, you got to turn around and head all the way back. So the fatigue is approaching me now, I would say. It's 2 o'clock, so I'm still within a reasonable distance of getting back to the car tonight. If I was not, then I'd probably start looking for a low point site now. But again, I only have 64 ounces of water. I made it there. I'll make it back, so it works. It's not ideal. I wouldn't recommend it, but you can do it. And the cloud cover actually helps a lot right now. It's actually really nice. So nobody out here. All right, so maybe just a couple more videos. I'm gonna keep trying to hightail it on out of here. I've now made it out of the last high point, so I definitely feel fine right now. Just one last look at the burn scar from the fire many years ago. So keep in mind, all those trees you see in the horizon used to be all in here, and it's still 17 years, because look at all the brown. So when it does rain out here, nothing really catches it. It's probably pretty hard, and it's just brushing everything away. That's the mining site that I visited yesterday, so that was my landmark for the way back. I knew once I got there, all right, we're just about there. So awesome trip overall. I would this would be a really good one probably if you're Denver local. Come up on a Friday night, come 5 miles in, and kind of do what I did, come back. So very doable. But one last look at the 360 hills behind me. All right, almost there. If you look at my left, look at that, South Platte River. So on my seems like a lot of switchbacks, 10 or 12. Got a couple more to go, so the trip is almost over. I think I am definitely gonna take a mini splash bath, get cleaned up. Love putting on fresh clothes at the end of it. Saw a mule deer, so I can say I saw, whoops, one animal. So you can tell I'm getting a little fidgety with my walking steps now. It is a little slipperier here, but great trip, glad I came. And I will definitely in the future look at doing sections 4, 5, and 6. again, logistically, when you have to park your car and come back the same way, it makes it a little tougher. But I will admit, the scenery on the way back, I thought it would have been a lot more familiar, and it really wasn't until I saw that mining area. It was, where is that? Where is it? I kept thinking I was going to see it earlier. But so again, right in front of me, got the river, got the road. I should be at the bridge in about 5 minutes. So I hope this video turns out well, and everyone that's attempting the hike this year from Waterton Canyon to Durango, I wish them well.